What's up, fellas? We're going to get a little aggressive in this video. We're going to kind of go on a little bit of a rant here about Ben Simmons because I have some issues. Before I get into it, if you are new here, what's up, everybody? My name's Tucker. I upload NBA stuff twice a day, every day on this channel, so that sounds like something you're into. If you're looking for consistent NBA content, this is a great place to be. Consider subscribing, liking the video as well to help get it out to more people. And you can check me out at various socials. That's in a link tree down in the description. Every single social media I have is in that link. You guys can go check that out if you want to hang out with me outside of these videos. With those things said, Ben Simmons. So last night, I'm locked in on the Harden debut, but this morning I'm combing through, I'm looking at some stuff, and I pull up some Philadelphia 76ers film, and I go through and I watch the game from last night, and I'm sitting here thinking, there's no Joel Embiid last night, right? So this is a big-time Ben Simmons game. Like, this is, what we've all wanted for the longest time is Ben Simmons to have his own team. What would it look like if it was just Ben Simmons and no Embiid? What would the Sixers look like, or what would another team look like? We almost had it come to fruition with the Houston Rockets a couple of days ago, right? And so I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, this is a big opportunity to kind of see what basically in his prime Ben Simmons looks like without Joel Embiid. And I simply wasn't impressed. And it's so infuriating that this guy has such a lack of aggression on the offensive end. He has 11 points. He's 3 for 9 from the field. And yes, the rebounds and the assists were nice. I love the all-around production. But offensively, this guy is selling himself short. And he's not committing himself enough to being a dominant offensive player, which I believe that he can be. I will give him credit for attempting 2 threes. Well done. But he also had 7 turnovers, and I have underlined all caps, bold in my notes, be aggressive. I know that sounds like some high school cheer, but I don't understand the lack of initiative for him offensively. When there's no reason for Tobias Harris and Shake Milton to be taking the reins on a night in which Joel Embiid is not playing. Like, you are a 6'10" with incredible quickness and athleticism and the handle of a guard. And the decision-making and the vision of a guard, and you can't just continually get to the rim, to the rim, to the rim. There's no reason you shouldn't be scoring 20 points. There's no reason you shouldn't be shooting 10 free throws. There's no reason you shouldn't be, you almost had a triple-double, but there's no reason you shouldn't be the guy, especially with Embiid out. There's nobody in the paint. Dwight's setting some screens, but you can go smaller, you can do whatever. I don't understand. Can someone explain to me what exactly is holding Ben Simmons back from being a dominant offensive player when Joel Embiid isn't playing? He's bigger than everybody that ever tries to guard him, and even if they do go with a bigger guy, he's quicker than everybody that ever tries to guard him. And I don't want to hear anything about, oh, well, he doesn't have the jump shot, he doesn't, so guys are just playing off of him, it's really tough for him to get to the rim. There are plenty of I watch Ish Smith all the time randomly have 25-point games, despite the fact that teams are sitting in the paint on him, because he just attacks, and there's no reason from a talent perspective that Ben Simmons cannot do the exact same thing. Get to the rim, get to the free throw line, and if you want to shoot an occasional little hook shot in the lane, a little mid-range jumper, that's fine. But there is no matchup for you that makes sense as long as the floor is spaced properly, which, by the way, Philly has done a much better job of lately. Now, I understand that to this point, this has been such a weird year for a lot of teams, and Philly especially, right? They're missing players, they haven't played in a while, Embiid's out, whatever. Be better. There's no excuse. I have absolutely no excuse for a player of your talent level, a player that I was just advocating 2 days ago should have been the main piece in a James Harden trade, and that the Rockets should have prioritized getting Ben Simmons over anything else, despite the fact that they got basically the equivalent of 8 first-round picks. I made a video saying they should have tried to go and get Ben Simmons, because I think a Simmons plus stuff for Harden trade is actually pretty fair. That's how highly I think of Ben Simmons and of his talent level, and he shouldn't be out here looking like a poor man's 2010 Rajon Rondo. He just shouldn't be. I appreciate the rebounds. I appreciate the assists. Well done. I'm glad you're being a playmaker. Attack the rim. He has a little bit of that Nikola Jokic syndrome that he's gotten over a little bit, right? Jokic has become more aggressive offensively, but it's what are you trying to prove? We know you're an unselfish player. We know that you can facilitate. We know that you can pass. We are aware of that. We also know that there's no matchup for you on the basketball court, and there's no reason for you to not be getting the rim and not be getting to the free throw line other than just being complacent and just being out there and not being locked in. And I get it. It's tough that for the last couple of weeks, you have been in trade rumor after trade rumor after trade rumor, whether it be for Harden or for Beal or whoever, and you're not sure if Philly wants want you. You're not sure if you have a consistent fit on this roster. Maybe you're not sure if you want to be there long term. That's all fine. But go out there and perform to the best of your ability, and go out there and perform in a way that is, equal to the talent level that you have. There's a reason you were the #1 overall pick. There was a reason that people were so excited about you as a player when you came in. And yes, you have issues with your jump shot. That's fine. But from a two-way perspective, and especially offensively, talent-wise, and physically, there's no reason for you to not be a dominant NBA player. To the point that I feel comfortable saying right now that if you're giving me that draft class that Ben Simmons was in, and you're asking me to pick a player to start with right now, if Ben Simmons can't get it together offensively and start being more aggressive, I'm taking Brandon Ingram, and I'm not thinking twice about it, because he has shown an ability to be a dominant, highly skilled, all NBA caliber offensive player, and I give Brandon Ingram all the credit in the world for becoming that and for improving throughout his career. And that is something that Ben Simmons, for whatever reason, on the court, has not shown an ability to develop into, and I personally cannot understand it. I don't know if you guys have an explanation for this, but I would love to see one, because there's no reason that when the other players on the court include Tobias Harris, Shake Milton, Dwight Howard, and whoever else they put on the floor, there's no reason that Ben Simmons should not be the best player on the floor. And you can say, well, he had a nice all-around game. He had like 14 boards, 9 assists, 11 points, 7 turnovers. Okay, yeah, the turnovers aren't great. I get that. But Ben Simmons is not a Swiss Army knife player. He should be an all-NBA caliber, dominant level player. He should be a 20 and 10 and 7 guy every single night, and he just doesn't show that level of offensive aggression, especially last night, and it just bugs me. I don't understand it. Like, I do not have an explanation for someone of his talent level trying to be Draymond Green. Like, I don't get it. Like, Draymond, has made an NBA career out of doing all the little things, out of being a great passer, a great defender, making up for a lot of the limitations that his size provides. Simmons has no such limitation outside of his own complacency, as well as his own inability to continue to work on his jump shot and try it in game. I don't know what else to do with Ben Simmons, and I need him to figure it out, because it is just, he might be the most frustrating player in the entire league. Please, just show, like, we all know it's there. We all know that you have the offensive talent to score 20 a night with absolute ease. There's no scenario, in my opinion, you should ever be taking 9 shots in a basketball game, ever. I don't care if you go 2 for 20, put up 20 shots in a game and see what happens. And I can promise you that the rest of the game will come much easier. The assists will come easier. You won't have as many turnovers. You just get to the rim, get to the free throw line. And 1, I won't have to make a video like this. And 2, you'll probably have a much better stat line. Your team will thank you for the offensive aggression, because, by the way, they also lost the basketball game. Okay, that's the end of my Ben Simmons rant. Let me know what you guys think about Ben Simmons, his start to the season, whatever your opinions are about Ben Simmons. Let me know them down in the comment section below. But that is going to be the end of the second of today's videos, and I thank you all very much for watching. If you missed it earlier today, I made a video about James Harden's debut with the Brooklyn Nets, so check that out. I will put, I'm sure a little link throughout the video will be up at the top of the screen if you guys check that out. As I said in the beginning, my name is Tucker. If you guys missed any of my previous videos, be sure to check out the boxes on screen, and if you enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing. I upload twice a day, every day, all throughout the NBA season. You can also like the video as well, helps get it out to more people on YouTube, and you can check me out at various socials at the bottom of the screen. They're in a link tree down in the description below. With all those things said, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you all next time.